Recording the session. Okay. So what we have discussed yesterday. So about the SQL introduction, about the database relation introduction as well. So how the data stored in database, guys, in the form of tables, in the form of rows and column in the table. Data stored in the database in the form of rows and columns in the table. What is table? Table is a database object. Table is a database object. Database object. It is a database object and used to store the data. And used to store the data. Used to store the data. It is collection of. It is collection of rows and columns. Collection of rows and columns. Columns. So now cell, the intersection of cell is intersection of row and column is called as a cell. Is called as a cell. Cell. Okay. So one cell can have one cell can have only one value. Can have only one value. So one cell can have only one value. One cell can have only one value. If you see, is there any possible to store two values in a cell? It's not possible. One cell can have only one value. Like now, here you can observe. This is the data which a table is having. So this is one cell. So how many values we have in the cell? Only one value. This is one cell. This is one cell. So it is not possible to insert or create the data in one cell, multiple values. So only one cell can hold only one value at a time. One value at a time. Now to create the table, how to create a table? So to store the data, first I need to create a table, right? How to create a table? How to create a table? So for every, so as I said yesterday, if PhonePe or some other banking or any sector, there will be some rules which users should follow. Which users should follow. Those are all called syntaxes. Those all are called syntaxes in the database. In the database. So if you take PhonePe, you have only three options. Either account you can transfer, either by using number you can transfer, either UPI ID you can transfer. These three only. Other than that, if you want to transfer the money, it is not possible. It is not possible. Because that is the rule. If you are transferring the money from PhonePe or Google Pay or anything, the UPI ID, these all are three rules. Either you should use account number, PhonePe number, or Google Pay number, which you are from which product you are sending, and UPI ID. So the same way, if you want to create a table, there is a rule, syntax, how we must and should follow that rule. We need to follow this rule to create a table in the database. Who has set that rule? Who developed this database? They have set this rule. How we have PLC, this one PhonePe, who have set that rule? PhonePe product owner has set that rule. The same way. So to create a table, create table name. Create table name. So this angle brackets, this called angle brackets. This called angle bracket means it is mandatory. In any technology, if you go, this angle bracket means mandatory, not only this database. Create table name. This is called bracket, we will call it, right? In terminology, database terminology, or any technology, this one in in IT field, in computer terminology, we will call it as parenthesis. Parenthesis. This is called open parenthesis. This is called closed parenthesis. Closed parenthesis. This one called angle brackets. Angle brackets. This is mandatory and this is also mandatory. This is also mandatory. Parenthesis. So open parenthesis, column 1. Then data type for that column. Data type. What is the data type for that column? Then size. Size. Column, what type of data can store this column? That the data type you have to declare. For example, you need to insert a numeric data. Then you have to go for the number data type. We have some set of data types we will discuss. So now if you want to insert a character data or string data, this is called character or string data. Then we have to go for the varchar or varchar2 data type or char data type. So size like that. Next, column 2, again data type, again size. Like this, you can write n number of columns, n number of columns like this. N number of columns you can declare based on your requirement. Now, if you see, to create a table, what and all you required, guys? To create a table, create is a command, table is a keyword. Create is a command, table is a keyword. So when you mention a create, the database server will understand that he is creating one object. So what we have given hint, I am creating a table. So then server will understand we are creating the table. Then the server will automatically check the syntax, that rule, what they have set up for the create the table, what and all parameters required. To create a table, we need a table name, we need a column name, we need a data type. We need a data type. So to create a table, what and all you required, guys? To create a table, we need one is column, one is table name. One is table name. Another one is column name. Another one is data type. So now to create a table, you know this, you know that we require these all things. The table name, based on our requirement, we can declare anything. If you are creating a student data, like to store, if you take a university databases. Yesterday I have shown you, right? Like university databases. What is the university database? The university, what it has to be maintained, students information. Students, which year he has enrolled, from which college he has studied, what is the roll number, in which year passed out, what are the, see, if you take here student university database, if you take, what and all they have to store is student information, course registration, colleges, and a grade. This all it has to take it, right? Let's assume that you are creating the student data, you are storing the student data. You wanted to store in your college or in your institution students ID. How we will identify? For example, there is a name called Rama in my college. Is there any mandatory that there is no other person should have same name? Is there any mandatory? Anyone can have, there are multiple humans will have same name, right? Students, multiple students can have same name. Is it possible? Yes, it's possible, right? So there is another guy also is having the same name. So if you assume that we have 3 is having the same name in my college, how do we identify him? If we same 3 people are in same same class, how we can identify them? By using, while if you assume that we are taking the attendance, how we will identify them? By using the roll number or by using the student ID. Student ID. Am I right? Student ID. By using roll number or by using student ID. At the same way, if you take university perspective, if you take either Telangana board or Andhra board or anything, or a central board, anything, in all over India or any board under that board, under the Telangana board or either if you take Andhra board or India CBSE syllabus board, within that multiple students, like lakhs of students will return. 6 lakh, 5 lakh students will return the exam. So there may be a different names can have same people, same names can have multiple students. How they will identify while conducting the exam? How they will identify, guys? Let's assume that, let's not assume that in my relative, my name and my relative one guy is there. His name also same with the surname also. My full name is Misala Venkateswarlu. Same my relative one guy is there. His name also same Sala Venkateswarlu. We both studied in same class. Same class in government school in childhood. Same class. We do have 7th class exams by that time. 7th class. So how they used to same class, same school, and we have written 7th class public exams. How they have identified both of us? By using the roll hall ticket number, which is unique queue, So the same way, now which is data we are storing? Student table. So then the table name can have student. The table name we can declare student. For example, we are having some product and we are selling those product. The table name we can put product table. Product table. If you want to track order details, the table name can have order details. If you want to track the university, their employees details, the table name we can define the employee table. So based on the data which you are inserting in the table, you need to allocate the name for the table name. You need to allocate the name for the table name. You no need to worry this one. The customer will ask you, I need this and so table. This is the data we required. They will tell that. In BRD document, once you receive the business document from the business analyst, he will mention all parameters, what and all required as per their expectation. What and all columns, what and all data they required, what and all table is required, what is the relationship they have to maintain this table to another table, everything. The business analyst will segregate your requirement. You will send it to you as a BRD document, business requirement document. The business people require their expectation. This is what they will conclude and they will send us. So based on that, you need to create. So you know that table name, you know. And one more thing, in database, one table name is a unique queue. For example, you have created one table as a student. You have created one table as a student. You should not you should not create another table using the same table name. Using the same table name, you should not create. You should not create using the same table name. See, let me show you. For example, see, don't think about that. We will come the syntax, everything. I am just showing. Table, I am creating some student or else STD. I am taking SN number. Some 10 I have taken. You don't think about what I am writing. Just to see. Table is created. So let me create same table from different columns. Different columns. Different columns. What is the error? See, error line at 1. This is the first line. This is the second line. ORA. ORA means Oracle error. So there are some different exceptions are there, which is predefined. We will discuss those concepts in the PLSQL. PLSQL. Vora 00955. The Oracle error is name is already used by an existing object. Name is already used by an existing object. An existing object. What it is telling? Same name is used by some other existing object. Object is nothing but a, I said right yesterday, if you call it as a table, if you call it as a entity, both are same. Object means either a synonym, table, everything is same. For any object which you created in the database, that will consider as a object. If you create a table, if you create a synonym, if you create anything in the database, that is called object. That will consider as a object. Clear? So it is telling already name is already used by some existing object. So that means table name is a unique queue. We should not create a same, if you should not use the same name to create again one more table. One more table. Table name is a unique. Unique in the sense single. There is no duplication. There is no duplication. But column names you can use duplication. See, STUD1 I have taken. Same I will take. See here student STD I have taken. SL number we have created. Create table STD. Student 1. So SN number. So why it is created? This database object is different. So this is just STD table. This is the STD1 table. This is the STD1 table. So you can use same column in different tables, but you can't use the same table name for the different tables. For the different tables. Clear, guys? Next. So next, here we are providing for this column some size. That is called we are providing some memory. That is called we are providing some memory. So if you see here, SN number column, number data type, this is the number data. That means it will allow only numeric data to insert. Size is this one. So did we provide any size for table when we are creating? Did we provide any size for the table? Here, like, did we provide like this any size for the table?
No.
No. So that means the what and all you should remember for the table name. Table name is a unique queue in the database. Table name is unique queue in the database. First point is table name is unique queue in the database. Okay. Next one is no need to provide the memory or size memory explicitly for the table. Explicitly the table. Explicitly for the table. For the table. So if you no need to provide explicitly means manually, we like this. We no need to provide. Who will provide the size for this? Automatically, database server will allocate the size for the table. Database server will allocate the size for the table. There is no fixed length for that size, guys. For example, you have inserted here, if you see only how much data we are having, 30 lines. 30 lines. Till that only it will allocate. Now we have inserted one more 100 rows. It will stretch automatically. Dynamically, it will decrease. Dynamically, it increase. Dynamically, it will decrease, and dynamically size will increase and decrease. There is no fixed length size for that. Fixed length size for that. So now one more condition now. Now one more condition. Now create table name 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Some I have taken some A. Some data type I have used it. Data type. So what is the error we got? Invalid table. See, you can easily identify that where is the error. The star will indicate that where the error. Where the error? Here. Invalid table name. Invalid table name. So what is the statement means? Table name must be start with the character. Table name must be start with the character. The character. Character in the sense A to Z letters. A to Z letters. Table name must be start with the character. Character. See, so we have used here, if you observe here, table name is created, right? Table name. Here table is started with the character. See, did we use a numeric also? Did we use a numeric also? For example, S1, 2, 3. Why it is created? It is having numeric data also, no?
Yeah.
So that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter whether numeric data is there or not. But starting letter, the starting letter here, if you observe, yes, must be character. Here, if you observe, table is started with the character or not? Table name is S1, 2, 3. Table name is started with the character. That's what I mentioned. Table name must be start with the character. Character. Now, I am just creating one table. I am just creating std2. What is the issue? We are getting where? Star. What is the error? Missing left parenthesis. What is left parenthesis? What is the syntax here? After table name, it will expect the left parenthesis. This is right parenthesis. It is expecting the left parenthesis. What is the error here? One table or else every table must have one column at least. See, how many columns we declare? One column. How many columns we declare? One column. You can declare n number of columns. N number of columns like this. A, one data type, comma, B, another data type. Column names I am taking, guys. A, B's are column names. See, how many columns I have taken here? A is one column, B is one column. Char is one data type, varchar 2 is another data type. So table is created. So you can use n number of columns. but at least one column is mandatory. If you are trying to create a table, at least one column is mandatory. Okay. So what is that means? Every table must have at least one column while creating. At least one column while creating. Every table must have at least one column while creating the table. While creating the table. Clear? For every statement, I am showing the practically, guys. Observe, don't get confused. For every statement, I am showing you. Okay. Next. Next is table name. Table name. Table name should not be a Oracle keyword. So here, what is this one, guys? What is this one? Table. If you want to create not table, if you want to create index, create index name ind1. Yes, something we will mention. So here keyword is index is a keyword. Here a table is a keyword. So create is command to create. If you want to create any database object in the data, if you want to create any object in the database, you must and should use create command. Then only server will understand. Then you must and use the keyword. Then only the server will understand which object you are creating. So by seeing this, create table when server is executing. So from once the server is come here, it will understand that you are creating a table. Then it will check the syntax related to the table. If you are creating a sequence, create sequence name. Something we will mention. So here sequence is a keyword. Here index is a keyword. Here a table is a keyword. Like that, we do have some Oracle keywords. And we do have some Oracle statements or commands. We do have some Oracle statements and keywords. The table name should not be a Oracle keyword. The table name, create table. So the table name I am giving index. Table name I am giving some index. What is that? See, invalid table name. So how do you need to identify these Oracle keywords? How do you day by day, when you are learning one concept, then you will easily understand what is the keywords. Now you know that table is a keyword. When we are discussing is a table concept. When we are discussing in a constraints, you will get to know what is the constraints keyword. Those we should not use. So table name is a invalid. Why it is telling that index is a keyword? When you will get to know, we have a index concept. Sequence, when you will get to know, we have a index sequence concept. So you no need to worry how I need to remember these things. When you are practicing easily, you can remember it. What is the keywords? What is the so table name is a invalid. Table name means should not be a Oracle keyword. Even we doesn't write like this the table names in real time. How do we write? You know, if it is a product table means product underscore master table. Like this, full length of the table name, we will write it in real time. Full length of the table name, we can write it. We doesn't write some simpler format std1, std2, std3 like that. See, if you see customer table means full name, we will write customer. In my, if you tell one transaction table, So within the transaction, we can have multiple segments. How we will write it? Trans raw data table, like this. Trans raw data. Trans raw. Trans address table. This all I am working next, right? Address table, which I am working now in my database. I am having merchant address table, merchant address table, consumer table, consumer address table, like this. So there is no simpler format std1 like that. We doesn't write based on the table. Here transfer data means if you go ATM, you will do one transaction. That is raw data, not exact data, because that is a OLTP data, online transactional processing data. The ETL developer will do transform that into the OLTP. Sorry, OLAP. ETL means extract, transform, and load. It is a Informatica concept. You don't need to worry this one. Informatica concept. So they will do online analytical processing database. They will move it. So whatever you do, right, that is a raw. We have to transform into the database. Who will transform? ETL developers will transform that one. They will do the OLTP to OLAP. They will load it. So you no need to worry about the table names. Okay, they will tell. So now the statement is table name cannot be a Oracle keyword. Oracle keyword. Next, table name is a not case sensitive. Case sensitive in the sense capital letter or smaller letter. If you see, table name is a not case sensitive. See. Table name is a not case sensitive. Table name is a not case sensitive. Okay. Next. Table name can have. For example, special characters, right? If you go special characters. What is the special characters? Zeros, these symbols. These are the special characters. So let me create by using that one. See, invalid table name. Why invalid table name, guys? Where it is showing
start this characters.
Yeah. Where it is showing first letter C. Table name of first letter it is showing star. Here it is. Table name must be start with the character. So if you see, they mention here, I will put some B. Now it will see missing a invalid option. So where it is showing and you don't create like this, but I am telling you, in real time we don't use it at all. Still issue. For example, now I will use underscore. See, same we are using, same letters, but here if you use underscore, it is able to create the special characters. If you want to use in the table creation, like S123. Numerics we can directly give numerics, but special characters if you want to give means you have to declare like this underscore, then we have to declare. See, in real time we use table names like this only. See, merchant address full name, merchant underscore address. Some people maintain that like this also based on their requirement, how their database is maintaining. Like this they will maintain, and like this also they will. You don't get this type of things, but if you want to include a table, if you want to include a table, special characters along with the numerics, then you have to go for the underscore. You have to go for the underscore. Here, see, only $1. See, if you observe, these all are table names. Access. See how the data is storing. See, this is system created tables, guys. Yesterday we discussed, right? System data dictionaries. System is created. See, this is the ID. See, what is this? Binary format. Data stored in the database, binary format. See, like this. Zeros, ones, like this. Okay, you don't get that requirement, but I am telling you. If you want to, then you should know that point. So main thing is very important. They will ask in sometimes in interview. One table can have how many maximum number of columns we can declare. How many number of maximum columns? Here 1, 2 like that. How many? One table can have how many columns? How many maximum columns? Or how many maximum columns we can declare for one table? Any idea, guys?
N numbers?
N numbers, no.
256 columns max.
There is no maximum, I think.
250 columns. $256 what?
Max columns in we can create in table.
Any other? We can store maximum 1,000 columns for a table in Oracle database. If you go my MS server, right, like MySQL database, SQL server can have store 1024 databases. Sir, 1024 tables we can create in the SQL server database. If you go Oracle database, then we can store maximum 1,000 columns. 1,000 columns. One table. So in interview, I think HCL exam, one of our student is written. They have asked all these basic questions for basic, then intermediate questions, then expert level question. Like that, they have segregated 60 questions. In table, these all things they have asked. One table can have maximum 1,000 columns. It's very important, guys. 1,000 columns. If in Oracle databases, MS SQL server database is 1024. The maximum, somebody told, right, 250, 256. Hello. Hello. Yeah, 256, you are correct. But in with case you are correct. The table, in table we can declare maximum 1000 columns, but there are some recipes in the database. There are some recipes in the database. If you declare, for example, how the store data, like Oracle store each row in the database, the table containing data for less than 256 columns. When you say, for example, you have declared 1000 columns. If you are inserting the data 250 columns or 256 columns,
Mhm.
then you have to use one or more pieces of that data. You can't allow to directly insert that 256 columns data. Okay.
Can you elaborate more? I'm not getting this.
See, how we will store the data? Do you know? Insert into.
Yeah, correct.
So like that, if you want to insert it, you have to use for every column data like this. No, for example, 1001, column 1 data, then name, column 2 data, then
Correct.
salary, column 2 like that. For example, the table is having 1000 columns.
Mhm.
If you want to insert 300 columns data, remaining columns null data, right? For example, if you want to insert 300 columns data, then
Okay.
remaining 700 will be automatically insert null
Null.
values.
Yeah,
Null.
correct.
But when you are trying to insert more than 255 columns data,
Okay.
we can't allow to insert it. We have to use some pieces of data. The pieces of data means you can one time you can use 254. Next time you can use some other like that.
Okay. Yeah,
Got
understood.
it? Others,
Yeah.
please don't mind that. You will get to know what is insert these things. Okay. So now one table can have maximum 1000 columns for the Oracle database. If it is a SQL Server database, 1024 columns. Blindly, you can remember for SQL database, what is 1 MB? 1 MB means 1024 kilobytes. I mean KB. Kilobytes. What is 1 GB? 1 MB means 1024 kilobytes is the, I think everyone knows this one. Nowadays in Geo itself, they are maintaining how much data is left in the KBs, how much data is left in the MB. 10 kilobyte is 1 MB. 1 MB equal to, sorry, 1024 MB equal to 1 GB, 1 gigabyte. So now you just remember that everything MB or GB, everything will calculate KB or MB, everything will calculate in the 1024 only. Just to remember that for SQL database is 1024 by MB KB related. For Oracle database, it's a 1000 columns. As a PLSQL developer, they will ask you how many number of maximum columns we can declare. You can tell them 1000. Okay. Now you can tell me what is valid columns. Sir, what is valid table names? Valid table. And what is invalid table? You can tell me. That is valid table. I will write it. Invalid table. What is valid table and what is invalid table? Tell me. For example, I will return my table name. 100 EMP. Is it valid?
No, it doesn't start with character.
So it's a invalid table. It should not start as a numeric. It's a invalid table. So if you want to make it valid, either you can write EMP 100 or else EMP underscore 100. Okay, EMP 100. Next. Now EMP hyphen dit. Is it valid table? EMP. The table name when you are creating, guys, prod underscore master. If you take, for example, you should not use, I forget to mention this one, we should not use hyphen in the, to combining two letters, we should not use hyphen anywhere in the Oracle database. We should not use hyphen anywhere. Hyphen anywhere to combining two words. If it is a table name or if it is a column name, here column name also. If you are declaring like this, that doesn't accept it. Always you must and should use the, underscore. Then only it will accept it. See, even S underscore N column name, number date type. See, it will accept it. See. Okay. Now you can tell me, is it valid table? Is it valid table, guys?
Yeah.
No, here I have taken hyphen.
No, it is not valid because of it.
We should use underscore. If it is a valid, to make it valid. This hyphen means it is a not valid table. Next. EMP. Delete I will put. Delete is a table name. Please go on mute. Delete is a table name. Can I use delete is a table name?
No, it's a Oracle keyword.
So we should not use Oracle keywords. Delete is a one command. We should not use it. So we should not use a delete command. We can use like this if you required. EMP delete. It will accept it because that is not a Oracle keyword. EMP delete. See, table is created. We should not use like this. Can we use EMP underscore EMP dollar? Can we use like this? We can use it. That is a valid name. Okay. Next, column name we can discuss. Column name. So table name we discussed, right? Column name. Column name is, as I said, how the table name is unique to when you are creating a column. Prod. SL number date type. Sorry. Okay. Now create table. Table name I have taken prod. Open parenthesis. SN number date type or integer date type. We will discuss about the date types tomorrow. No worries. There is one date types are there. Next, same SN number I am taking integer date type or else char date type. What is the issue?
Duplicate column.
Duplicate column name.
So in one table, we should not repeat same column name. We should not repeat same column name. In one table, we should not repeat same column name. Hello? Bantu. We should not, the column name should not be duplicate in the table name. If it is a different table, we can use it. The column name should not be a duplicate in the same table name. Now you can use like this. If you require, you can use like this. See, table is created because this is different column name, this is different column name. Understand? In one table, the column name should not be a duplicate. For example, same columns only. If I am creating another table, there is no issue. See here, same columns I have used, but here table name is different, here table name is different. See here, even you can observe invoice ID, a track ID. Here invoice line table is having track ID. Here track table is having track ID. See, customer ID is having customer table. Same invoice table is having customer ID. So different columns, there is no issue. Sorry, different table, there is no issue. In the same table, we should not use a duplicated columns. Column name is unique in a table. That is the statement. Column name is unique in a table. That is the statement. Okay. Same column name must be start with same, all will be applicable. Remaining with respect to these things, all will be applicable to the same column also. Column name must be start with A to Z number. I mean character must be start with the character. Character means A to Z. Same this thing also. Table name, numeric, these things I said, right? These things also will be applicable. Even we should not use delete. I mean Oracle keywords for this one. Oracle keywords. Column name cannot be a Oracle keyword. I mean Oracle keyword. Cannot be a Oracle keyword. Clear? The all will be applicable. Numerics, underscore, same, everything. Clear, guys? Column name. Devans. Clear, guys? Column names. Column name is clear.
Column
Yeah.
name is unique. What's that? Will you please repeat it?
Sorry.
Unique means.
Yeah. Column name is unique means this should not be a duplicate like this. Same common column name.
Yeah,
See,
yeah, yeah. Okay.
listen.
Duplicate. I had that word, but I just
Okay,
confused
okay,
unique.
fine. See, type. I'm typing now. That's all for today's session, guys. We will see data types tomorrow. Data types. So there is a concept. We will start data types. These all are the data types we do have. There are data types are two types: built-in data types, user-defined data types. So user-defined data types we don't discuss now because it's relevant to discuss in the PLSQL concept. We will discuss in the built-in data types. So we will use built-in data types only in SQL. Character data type, number data type, date time data type. So character means if you want to store character. Number means it will store numeric data. Date type means it will store date. These things I will tell you. Like images, videos want to store, we have to use it. So the most important things is these three. Most important. Everywhere we can use. If you go here, if you see employee table, see employee number. What is employee number? Numeric data, number date type. E-name. E-name means, for example, student name, name of that employee. So name is it's a character, So varchar2. Job, varchar2. Job means designation, like software engineer, varchar2. MGR manager number, numeric data. Hire date, date data type. Salary, number date type, number, like this. So most we use only character, number, date. These three. Where we can use this one, I will tell you tomorrow, like this one. If you apply any government exams, they will ask you to upload your signature or image while you are applying in website. Those type of situation we use this. We will discuss, okay? That's all for today's session. So I will upload this recorded session in YouTube, guys. I will share in our group. So if you like my content, please subscribe to my channel and like the video. If you have any doubts, let me know. Anyone is having any doubts? Any doubts, guys? If no doubt, then we are good. So if you are, if anyone is like they are okay the subject, they don't want to wait for next 2 sessions. They need to install software now itself. They need to enroll means you can contact me. If you are okay, it's fine. It's good to enroll the training. Then you can contact me so that I will share software, all the things once you enroll. Okay, contact me, we can discuss. Thank you, guys. That's all for today's session. Meet you tomorrow.
Yeah,
Bye bye. Have a nice day.